All right, good morning. I'm going to do a walking video tour of the Calta vegetable garden, herb garden, salad bar, dahlia planter, and the back perennial garden. So I'm going to start here in the driveway. This is our vegetable garden as of now. These are all different planters you can get at your local tractor supply store, and just have a creative mind. Turn your unwanted space into a vegetable garden. There's a wheelbarrow I got from a friend of mine. That is our microgreens and baby spinach garden. And this is a handmade planter I made. On the front side is all broccoli and our two slicing tomato plants. Um, you really got to think out of the box when you're living in the city as far as space goes and whatever. This is a small livestock feeder that I tucked over here in the corner. And this all has the cut and come again different lettuces that you can get anywhere. Um, just some local tchotchkes that I got from all over the place. This is a Groundworks cart that I got at Tractor Supply. It was damaged, so we couldn't sell it, so I got it. And I turned that into a dahlia bed. And this is another planter I got. This is all of our basil and curly parsley. On the other side is the edible nasturtiums for your salad, and morning glories in the back to come up the chicken wire. And on this side is all of my herb garden for cooking, medicinal purposes. Going to try some homemade mint teas this summer. Got 3 or 4 different kinds of sages. Stacy and I are going to start making our own homemade sausage out of chicken and pork. We'll see how that comes out. And these are hanging baskets with our strawberries in. They're slowly getting going with the cool spring we had, but we do have one strawberry that's almost ready to go. Hopefully this heat wave will kick in really good and really get them going. Some of them have already sent out tubers. And I also planted some petunias in each one to give a little splash of color and for the hummingbirds and the bees. And that's pretty much the entrance to the back perennial garden. Now, I just want to give everybody perspective. This perennial garden is only 40 feet wide by 50 feet long. So just take that into consideration when I'm doing this walking video tour of everything, of how much color, how many species you can pack into a really confined space. I'm going to hopefully try to capture every plant in the garden on this little video clip. We do plant dill and fennel throughout the garden for these swallowtail butterflies to feed on and make their chrysalises on. Other than that, this is pretty much a collection of things that Stacy and I love and want to see flourish. And basically what we created back here is a pollinator garden. Everything out here has a bloom that can be pollinated for the butterflies and the bees. And as you can see, I'm planting in layers. I want blooms up high, blooms medium, and blooms on the ground. So every time you walk around something, you can see a bloom either at ground level, medium height, and up high. I'm currently now starting to really go full bore with the sedum collection, as trying to get some low-lying things to bloom in the fall. All of your sedums will bloom in the fall. I shouldn't say that. I mean late summer, early fall. That'll give you some really good dramatic color and foliage in the fall. And as far as the foliage goes all summer long, it's really cool with the contrast of the leaf texture versus all of the green that's around. This is a really good example of what happens when you plant 3 different clematises together. They all get intertwined and intermingled, so you can have 3 or 4 different colors in one mass. This is my beautiful fire and ice hydrangea. That's only 4 years old. This is a topiary 9 bark that'll be blooming pretty soon. Herbaceous peony collection. As you can see, there's basically color everywhere you look. Around every single corner, you're going to see something new. You're going to see blooms at different heights and different levels. What I'm going to be currently working on is my sedum collection and my ground cover collection. As you can see, there's a light blue creeping phlox over there. There's a white one over there in between the spurges. Other than that, I hope you really enjoy this video. There's a blue spiderwort in bloom. There's the native columbine in bloom. All of my herbaceous peonies are just loaded with blooms. I think Stacy and I counted over 300 blooms between them all. There's the blue star about ready to pop. There's the two American Goldfinch baptisma in the back. Some more different ground covers we have. This is an irony peony from the Japanese collection. This is the yellow one. There's my Jack Frost. That's almost done blooming. That bloomed really, really good last couple weeks. This is my strawberry vanilla hydrangea. That'll be coming in bloom pretty soon. Coming through. And the bases of all of these trellises are going to be different kinds of sweet peas and morning glories coming up. There's another irony peony from the Japanese collection. This is going to be bright orange with a yellow center. Just have a variety of different cat mints around for the bees. Some more baptisma. Here's some new clematises to me. I got at Adams Fairacre Farms in Newburgh. Forgot the grower on these, but these are really, really bold and beautiful. Really nice reddish pink blooms. There's the columbine, and this is new to me. I've never seen full sun columbines, but this is the carnival watermelon from Blue Label. It says sun tolerant, so we'll see what happens. So far it's been here a week and it's looking pretty good. It was in bloom when I bought it, of course. It's way too early for them to be blooming. And if you come around here in the inner circle of the garden, around our chimery area, I wanted to keep this kind of low, but also some color on the ground. There's different types of sedum, creeping sedums, creeping jennies. There's the citrus spiderwort with some dramatic color. That's my Black Knight butterfly bush. That's coming in really good. That'll get going really good now with the heat. Another massive Monarda. That was one plant that I got at John King. He's a local grower up on Silver Lake, Scotchtown, Calabar Road, Royal Acre Farms and CSA. That was 1 gallon plant 4 years ago, and look what it does. So if anybody says that your Monarda will not reseed itself, tell them it will. And if you keep coming around the back side, I have more cat mints, different kinds of lavenders, different kinds of creeping phloxes. And I also got my gladiola bulbs are starting to come up. That'll give a nice splash of color. They get around between 36 and 48 inches tall. All different kinds of colors and contrasts. There's a view looking into the back corner where the American Snowball hydrangea is in the back corner. So if we keep coming around the inner loop by the fire pit, as you can see, there's tons of different kinds of sedums. There's a bachelor button that reseeded itself at the base of the 9 bark. And then there's a black scallop. That'll also be a ground cover. Got a little Montauk daisy there. They bloom in the late fall, so that'll be a nice daisy in the fall. And here's the massive creeping jenny that I planted over here 5 years ago. It totally surrounded the white creeping phlox. Got some spurges coming up between it. Got some Russian sage. Got some beautiful dark purple columbine. The ice blue milkweed is in the background. So if you're looking to plant a perennial garden in layers, really start high and then work your way low. There's my Limelight tree hydrangea. I'm going to hopefully keep that trimmed back so it really doesn't get too tall to block out the honeysuckle in the back in the Hassle-Free Rose collection that I'm starting to do. That's the orange one with the pink tips in the background. You can see it about halfway up the Limelight. There's another one over there. That's the Irony Yellow. That's hopefully going to bloom within the next couple weeks. But other than that, I really hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to just do a slow pan from basically left to right, standing by the chimney, so you can see what I was talking about, planting in layers. What I'm also going to start doing is concentrating more on my ground covers, trying to get more different kinds of sedums in, more kinds of creeping phloxes in, and I'm also thinking about doing a living walkway out of mosses. I'm going to do a lot more research on that. Here's my Oriole feeder, and I feed birds all year round in my gardens. I don't care what people say, oh well, you shouldn't feed the birds all year round, but just remember this: they really eat a lot of bugs, grubs, and worms, and they really keep the insect control down. So as you can see, I have hummingbird feeders up, suet feeders, stacker feeders, and I hang all of my feeders low to the ground in the summertime, because what I found out is a lot of the birds like to be hidden in the summertime due to the increase of predators. So on all of these feeders, I just feed the straight cardinal mix from Royal Wing, which you can get at your local Tractor Supply store. It's very garden friendly. There's no mullet seeds in it. There's no byproducts in it. It's just straight different kinds of sunflowers. And everything loves them. And I don't care what anybody says, nothing is squirrel proof. So if you see a squirrel proof bird feeder, it's all malarkey. I don't care about the squirrels. They need to eat too. So these are all of my shepherd's hooks. This is a view looking due south from the back corner of the garden. As you can see, there's many different layers of color, different textures. I'm going to hopefully do a video tour of the front gardens at a later date. But just in this garden right now, we have basically, I'm going to say, over 50 varieties of perennials. And what I really want to stress is, don't worry about if it looks crowded. I plant where I don't want to see the mulch going out of Memorial Day weekend and all the way through to Labor Day. I want wall-to-wall flowers for the pollinators, the butterflies, and so on and so forth. And as far as trying to design a butterfly garden, Stacy and I have discovered and have identified over 50 different species of butterflies just in our little garden here in the front and the back. So I hope everybody likes the video tour of the back garden. I will try to upload one for the front garden either Monday or Tuesday. I would love to do both today, but I have to go plant a butterfly garden down in Warwick as a community service project for Winslow Riding Academy. I'm very excited to be a part of that collaboration. And enjoy the garden. If anybody wants to come and look at it, please reach out to me. I will be open anytime for a tour, or if you just want to come over, have a glass of wine, a bottle of beer, something to drink. Like I said, this really is a good idea for very, very small city lots. You can really pack a lot of punch, a lot of color, a lot of different textures within this very, very small space. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.